Howdy. We'll get started in just a second. Happy Friday nights. Wild and crazy over here. Okay, welcome. All right, I wanted to do this Periscope tonight on Oh, hi Jennifer. Okay. I just wanted to do this tonight on what to do your very first day in week and some things maybe what not to do, because it's a super common question and we've had so many enrollments in the last 30 days, like crazy enrollments. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about a few of those things. Depending on whose team you're on, you may get some different tips, and that's cool. Just kind of like pull them all together. This is just kind of what I would recommend personally to my people. All right, so starting out, so you just signed up 5 minutes ago, all right? And you're like, all right, now what do I do? Let me give you a couple tips. First of all, our company is so fantastic in the fact that there is no magic in your kit that you're waiting on. Some of the kits are taking a little longer right now because we are so slammed with explosive growth. So it's really exciting to be a part of that. You don't want to come in on with the company that's like not going anywhere. So you're definitely part of that, and that's really exciting. Sometimes we have to be a little bit patient through some of that, and I would personally much rather things take a little bit longer than nothing going on, or nobody wanting to join. So, anyway, all that to say, let me start with that, with the kit. Okay, so there's no magic in that, but you will get your product in there and some business materials. So while you're waiting, here's what I would suggest that you do. So you signed up like 5 minutes ago. Here's the very, very first thing that you need to do if you haven't done it already. Decide what your why is, what your reason for doing this business is. So most people get in for a few $100s a month, but I've had girls come in, their house was in foreclosure and they needed $1,000 by the end of the month to save it, or maybe for grocery money, or maybe for extracurricular activities, or for vacation, or whatever. But here's the thing, okay, let me give you a little tip. It has to be something that you can't do if you don't do this business, or something similar to it, okay? So all of that, that's gonna be the biggest key, because really, if you're doing this to cover summer vacation, but you're gonna go on summer vacation anyway, maybe you have like 15 other options to pay for summer vacation, that's not going to, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm having to block so many people tonight. That's okay. Periscope is just public, so that's how it is. All right, but then my ADD kicks in, so I can't like remember where I was. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, if you have like 15 options to pay for summer vacation, that can't really be your why, because that's not going to keep you going when the days get hard. So for me, we needed money for Mom's Day Out, okay, for my little kids. They were 2 and 3 when I started, my youngest. Mom's Day Out was not going to happen unless I had the income somehow to pay for it, because my husband's job there just wasn't anything left over for that. So if I wanted them to go on Fridays, it was up to me to figure out how to do that. Then when we wanted to go to Great Wolf Lodge that fall, there was no way that was going to happen unless I was the one who came, or, we had some kind of like extra income coming in, okay? So that's your first tip. It's got to be something big enough and important enough for you, and be really specific. Don't just say like, oh, well, my kids are my way. Okay, what is it? You want to take them to Disney World? Tell them that you're going to take them to Disney World. Order the Disney World vacation planning packet. They send you like a DVD and different things like that. Watch that. Cut those pictures out of there. Like, have that in front of you all the time. Those kind of things, okay? Tuition for school, like, get the bill printed out and have it taped to your wall or to your desk. So, that's where you're going to get started. That's going to be the most important thing you ever do, because here's the deal. Here's going into the second tip. People are not going to always be nice, and I'm just going to be honest about that. We sign up for something, we're so excited, okay? Say it's that you want to take your kids to Disney World, okay? And you want to take them for next summer vacation. So it's August 21st, and you want to take them like in June. All right, so you're so excited. You found a way to do it. You have this extra side business now that you can do from your phone and computer pretty much. And you're going to go tell everybody, and you're so on fire, and the first person that's like, really, haven't you tried those things before? Or, oh, I had a friend that tried that. That did not work. Or, isn't that a pyramid scheme? Okay, let's just stop there for a second. This is my biggest pet peeve. Pyramid schemes have been illegal since like the 80s, first of all. A true pyramid scheme is corporate America, if we want to get real, where you have your CEO and then your presidents and your vice presidents and then your managers and then your supervisors and then your employees. And those employees down here can never, ever, ever be the CEO. That's a pyramid, if we're going to just say it how it is. This is not a pyramid scheme. You can pass your sponsor. I did. I passed my sponsor. She's an awesome girl. Whoever is above you has zero effect on your success at all. So that's the first thing. And we've been in business since 2001, and we've been debt free since like 2008. Like, are you kidding me? Just a side note there on that, in case people say things like that to you, just roll your eyes and walk away. Seriously. But there's going to be people who don't say nice things. And here's the deal. You have to be able, maybe go cry for a minute or whatever. You have to be able to turn around, look back at that bill on your desk or that Disney World poster or whatever, and say, you know what? All right, Joe over here is not offering to pay for my kids' school tuition. You know, Susie over here did not offer to take my kids to Disney World. All right, so who cares, really? If they don't pay your bills, you cannot base your life decisions on their opinion. You can't. And I know it's hard, and I know people say mean things, and they still say mean things to me. So know that going in day one, okay? You have your why, and also realize that you're going to have some amazing supportive people, but you're also not. Here's the next thing. Start surrounding yourself with the people who are going in the same direction as you. They don't have to necessarily be It Works distributors, although you will find some really fantastic friends through this company, and it may not take very long. But even if you have friends, even in another company, I have a couple girlfriends who are with other MLMs, and we have those, respectful boundaries there, but we're going in the same direction. They're doing the same kind of thing that I am for the same reasons, and they have the same vision. Really, anyone around you that appreciates what you're doing and just has that same kind of goal in life, to do better, to be more, to go do what God has called you to do 200% to the best of your ability, and to go help other people. Those are the people you need to surround yourself with. If everybody that you're hanging around with really has no desire to do anything more or go anywhere else than where they're at right here in this moment, that's not going to work for you in this business. Now, we still love those people. There's nothing wrong with those people. But they're not going to, when you have a bad day and you call them for support, they're not going to tell you to get right back up on the horse and finish. They're going to be like, oh, it's okay. Just go back to work, So start increasing your friend circle with more people that are going in the same direction as you. And you can start that today as well. The next thing is this. Get on social media. Over 95% of the people that come into this company, whether through customers or distributors, somehow is happening through social media. So get on there immediately and do some kind of post. Like, I'm so excited to just start my business today. It Works Global. Yes, these are the body wraps everybody loves. That does a couple things. First of all, if nobody has a flipping idea what you're talking about, they're going to be curious because you just said everybody and that everybody loves them. So that's just the marketing for you. They're going to be like, oh, well, what's that? I didn't know. I mean, I would do that. Y'all would do that, right? If you saw something on Instagram, I am the biggest sucker for buying stuff on Instagram. I need to not even be on there, but I build my business over there now. So, I mean, in addition to Facebook, but, anytime I see things, like I just bought a teeth whitening kit last week because the post said, I should know better. The post said something like, oh my gosh, you haven't bought the whatever it is teeth whitening kit? Are you kidding me? And I'm like, oh, I haven't. Let me go buy it right now. And I totally did. So be excited and just like, hey, everybody loves these things. You haven't tried it yet? Oh my gosh, get with me. I will hook you up. Okay. Before and after pictures with all of those posts, because if somebody's reading it, they might not have any idea what the body wrap is. They have no idea what you're talking about. So get some before and after pictures from, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Please don't go on Google Images and stuff because, yes, a lot of them are probably fine, but you want to make sure you have a legit picture. So get with your sponsor. I'm sure you're on a team page somewhere. You can get them there. Again, another reason to start becoming friends with leaders in the company and following those things. It Works Global has several on their Facebook page. Take your own as you're using the product. So start posting those regularly, mixed in with your life, of course. Go ahead and get with your upline and get some kind of a template or some verbiage for you to start sending out to your friends. In your eSuite, under the documents, I think, I'm going to get the name of it so I don't tell you wrong because they've changed it. You need a hundreds list going, but I'm not going to tell you just to go like write down 100 people because that sounds really big and scary. I think it's called Memory Jogger. Does anybody know off the top of your head what's on here? Okay, so go to your eSuite and then to your document library and then to the training and business building. Okay, there's both. Okay, hundreds list and memory jogger. This is super cool because it's really going to get your thoughts going. Okay, just start writing down the names. That's such an important thing. Do not sit there and be like, oh, they have plenty of money. They don't need this. Okay. Or, oh my gosh, she is so fit and skinny with like 2% body fat. There's no way, like, I don't want to offend her. There's no way I'm not going to put her name down. It's okay. Or just whatever. We will totally psych ourselves out. So just get that paper out. Don't even think about it and just start writing the names down. Start writing the names down. Okay. There are so many people in this company, in the top of this company, who have, like they've come in and they said, hey, I was like the last person that ever would have joined. You know, that happens all the time. So start writing their names down. Okay, then once you start messaging them and you're posting, here's the deal, guys. You cannot post once on Tuesday and say nobody responds and then call your sponsor on Wednesday and be like, well, I posted yesterday, but nothing happened. Like, I don't think this is going to work out for me. And nobody wants my stuff. I don't know how many billions of people there are, but there's people want your stuff. Okay. So you have to be posting like 3 times a day, super duper consistently. People are watching you. Anybody on this that has gone through what I'm talking about right now, go ahead and comment to back me up, because there are people that will watch your stuff for years, really, but for days and weeks before they ever message you. There will be people that message you that have never liked or commented on your things. Like, you had no idea where they came from. You're like, really? You? Like, I forgot we were Facebook friends, you know, things like that. See, so if you're watching, like, see all these, like, it's so common. You have to be super duper consistent. To this day, if I post a before and after picture, really the only people that like it are other It Works distributors. That does not stress me out at all, because I know there's however many other hundreds of people that just saw it. So keep posting, like, you cannot stop that, because that is where that's where the money is going to end up being. If you're out of post ideas, if you're like, oh, I don't know what to post, get with your sponsor. Again, Copy the right cats. Like, go find the leaders of this company, the other ambassador diamonds or presidential diamonds. Look at their posts and copy their posts. I mean, that's okay. There's that saying that's like, it's fine to be a copycat if you copy the right cat, okay? All right, so you're going to be doing different posts, that kind of thing. Let me help you with this. Something that I do for my people that sign up, and I know probably every other leader does the same thing. If you message someone or if someone messages you and you're like, oh my gosh, now what do I say? Okay. Screenshot that message or that comment or copy and paste it and send it to your upline and say, hey, listen, this is what they just said. What would be a good response? Okay. Let them help you with that for a while until you really get your groove, because 99% of the time, if you don't do that, you're going to just like end up vomiting out all this information, or you're going to freak out because you don't know, and then you're just not going to say anything. And we don't want that for anyone, okay? That's what we're here for. We've done it hundreds and thousands of times, okay? So, one thing that if somebody says to me, hey girl, tell me about your wraps. There's a YouTube video, and I think it's on the It Works channel. I know I have it on my channel. It's like less than a minute long, and it shows how to use the It Works wrap. And corporate put it out. It's not like another person. I will send that because the wrap does the talking for me. And I'll say, and I will do the blurb from the catalog. Like, hey, it's an all-natural cloth, site-specific wrap that you can use anywhere from the chin down. Tightens, tones, and firms in 45 minutes. And your results are progressive. 4 wraps is 1 treatment, and everybody's different, so you'll just have to see how many treatments you need, okay? That's what I say about it. Then if they say, if they ask more questions about ingredients or like, well, how does it work? I mean, I just send them that PDF from your documents that it says Ultimate Body Applicator. I send that to them. I'm like, here you go, okay? Don't get into like the science and describing all this stuff, because you don't need to know it. I still don't know it, and it makes yourself duplicatable, okay? So start with that, and then if they come back and say, this is something I told my team tonight. This happens a lot, okay? If somebody says, awesome, I'll take some, then sometimes that makes you freak out too, and it's like, well, now what do I say? If somebody says to you, sign me up, or I'm in, or I want to order, don't say anything other than, great, let me get your information, or great, here's my website, or whatever it is. Like, don't, oh, are you sure? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, really? Like, don't act shocked that somebody actually wanted to buy from you, even if you're like shaking in your boots, okay? Just be professional. Like, oh, awesome, you're gonna love them. Everybody loves these things. I don't care if you haven't signed a loyal in a month. Like, don't ever, just be cool about it, okay? And then just finish it out and be done with it. We tend to ruin it ourselves, okay? They already told you they want this stuff. You already know that they want this stuff. Everybody wants what we have. You already know that, and go into it looking at it that way, and you won't be stressed out, okay? They already want it. They just need you to tell them how it's going to help them. That's all your job is, okay? It's not to sell to them. All right, a couple of things that I would not recommend doing, okay? I'm listening. I'm reading comments here for a second. What if someone wants you to buy it and they buy it from you? That's a good question. That was not an option for me when we started. We had no money. Our deal was I could do this business as long as it didn't cut into our household budget, because we didn't have any extra. So I've never, like, the only money that was spent ever from our household to this business, to It Works Global, was for my kit, and that was it. Everything else has been reinvested back in with Wrap Cash or whatever. If someone wants to buy it and they buy it for me, no, they prepay, they order. If they want retail, a box of wraps, no way am I going to buy that if I don't already have them on their word. Like, they can pay me the $100 and I will order it for them, or they can order retail online. Otherwise, little customer orders, that just goes in and ships to their house. So I hope I answered your question. Is there any other questions so far? Oh, there's a bunch. Okay. A couple notes on the social media. What if a 17-year-old asks to sign up? They can't. They have to be 18 for a distributor. If they want to be a customer and they get their parents' permission, I think their parents can be loyal. Cold messaging distributors. I have a template that they're not like cold, like I sort of know the person, at least maybe from like 10 years ago or something. And I'll just say, hey, I was thinking of you because you're a stay-at-home mom, or because you have such a fun personality, or I know I haven't seen you since high school, but I started my own business and it's so much fun and we're making some extra money from home. And I wanted to reach out and offer this to you and see if it's a fit. And hey, if it's not a fit for you, that's cool, but it may be a fit for a friend of yours, and I would love for you to pass it along. Get their info by saying you don't answer the phone from people you don't know. I don't know. That is. Everyone's waiting to see how the products work on me. Okay, now here, listen. No, they're not. They're just making excuses. I gained 30 pounds after starting with this company. Like, I don't even know how that happens. Actually, how that happens is I was so busy for the first time, like, ever in my stay-at-home mom life, and I completely just ate, like, all the time. Cupcakes, Doritos, sometimes I miss it. 30 pounds after I started with this company. I wrapped in the beginning because my sponsor had given me some, and I earned my free product. That was the only wraps that I could afford to do. I could not spend that money on myself, even like as I was building my business. We used greens, and that's it. I did not have a before and after picture of me personally until 6 months after I went Ambassador Diamond. Not one time. So if anybody's telling you that, or if you're using that, it's a total excuse. And no, anybody can do this and anybody can do well. All right. Well, I'm trying to be honest. I'm just saying. All right. So moving on to some things as far as what you can jump in on. Like I said, getting out there and posting. If you're local and to your sponsor, or if you want to do a launch party. Sorry, I'm reading these. My customers want me to do everything for them. How do I get them to control their own auto ships? I have both. I mean, I send them an email after they order that's like, hey, here's your login info. And I also put in bold letters. If you do not change your order, they will send you the same thing next month. And if you do not cancel after the 3rd month, they will keep sending you things. So I put that in bold print. And I do have some customers who just, it's 1,000 times easier for them to call me and say, hey, can you change it? And I'm okay with that. It takes me 2 seconds, and I would rather do that than lose a customer. I mean, it's okay. I have a ton of loyals, and I don't have that many that want that, but it's really quick. So I'm okay with it. There was another question on there. What do you do if they want to see your before and after and you don't have one? Tell them, say, I don't have one yet. I'm working on mine. Let me show you this other 2,000 before and afters that I have. Okay. Okay. Oh, explain the auto ship? That's just, it's corporate's really, really simple way of ordering. It's so handy, and that's how I describe it to people. Like, we take the work out of ordering for you. Because you know what, Susie? I know you're going to want these greens every month, and I know you're not going to want to run out. And so we take the hard work out of it for you. So you know what? Today's the 21st. So on September 21st, we're going to go ahead and just automatically order you another tub of greens so you don't run out. Now, hey, listen, Susie. If you want to change that order up next month for some reason, totally fine. Just give me a call, or here's your login information. Hop on a couple days before, and you can edit that if you want to. But otherwise, you can just sit back and let us take care of you in that way. Okay? That sounds 1,000 times better and more positive than, well, we have a 3-month auto ship commitment. So, yeah, you're going to have to order every month. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Like, Just watch your wording, okay? Like it really is so fantastic. My sister has been a loyal customer since like the month I signed up. And she's been on greens ever since then. And yes, she will hop on every once in a while and order something extra, but she doesn't ever have to worry about her greens. And so that's true. That's a fantastic way to put it. What do you say to someone who said they wrapped and it didn't do anything? I say, I'm so sorry that you were misinformed that only one wrap is all that you need to do, because we sell 4 in a box for a reason, and that's one treatment. A lot of people just need one treatment. A lot of people need more than one treatment. I had to use 6 wraps on my stomach to see anything. So if you want to finish your treatment, though, I'm more than happy to help you. That's how I answer that question. Okay, yes, going on here on what not to say, okay, that kind of piggybacks on there. Here's what I would not ever say. If somebody says, how much are the wraps? If you have them on hand and you want to sell one, fine. I usually always go for the loyal program personally, but you could say, well, you could try a sample wrap for $25 or, oh my gosh, my dog, get down. Or you can buy retail off my shelf or online for $100. But what most everybody wants to do is do the free wholesale plan, where you're going to simply order today and then you're going to get something in September and October. That's it. There's no minimums required. You just have to get something now and then something in September, October. And the cool thing about that is you will get this discount for life. You're going to start earning free product today. We have a cool referral program you can look into. And that's how I explain the loyal program. I do not list out like, oh, and after 6 months, you're going to get 50 perks points or whatever it is. And perks points are blah, 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 and, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, and hey, if you cancel, you're going to have to pay $50. So, okay, I just don't get into all that. Or you have to, or you're committing to, or your contract is, like that's the worst. The auto shipment, okay? And what I say is, instead of just auto shipment, like I said, I word it like I just said a minute ago, and I will say, hey, it's going to go ahead and set you up for wraps and defining gel next month too, to make it easy. But if you want to log in and change it, you can. You have full control of your account. And I say that too, because they need to know that this isn't some like, you know, company floating around out there who's got their credit card info and who's going to do scary things with it. They need to know, like, hey, you know what? In 5 minutes, as soon as I get this order in or whatever, I'm going to send you an ID number and a password. And this is your account, and you have control over it, okay? So that's how I describe that, and it's always worked really well for me. How long did it take for you to get your first paycheck? I started September 3rd, 2011. I made a ton of Wrap Cash my first month and Fast Start bonuses. My first commission check was October 15th, and it was for $71. So I was so fired up about that $71 because I had never made $71 as a stay-at-home mom. Are you kidding me? Like, if I had a garage sale maybe, or sold consignment clothing, but never from home, I had made $71. Plus all that Wrap Cash and Fast Start bonuses. It was like $1,000 my first month. But you guys, I got out there and hustled. I had no idea what I was doing. My sponsor was 3 hours away. I did not meet a single person from It Works Global until 6 months later when I was double diamond. Never in person, not one time. We had no money. I did not have a house where I could have people come over to. I did not even have the extra gas money to go drive around and like sell wraps to people. So I just didn't care. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, ignorance on fire. Like, just get out there and hit it. You do not need to print out all these things on your eSuite. I've not printed one thing except for my steps to success in 4 years, you guys. Not one thing. Don't be showing up with some binder full of crap, because here's the deal. Anybody watching you wondering if they can do this, they're going to see all that and they're going to be like, oh gosh, I don't know. That looks like kind of a lot. Don't be that person, okay? Keep it so simple. Like, your whole business should fit in your purse or like a little bag. Okay. You don't need to do all that. You don't even need to read everything before you read your policies and procedures, and don't break any crazy rules. Okay. But, You don't need to know, like, just get out there and be like, hey, and say this too, you guys. Hey, listen, I have no flipping idea what I'm doing, but I'm so excited because I know I can make a little bit of extra money from home because I've seen 100,000 other people are doing it with It Works Global, and I wanted a piece of that. So who wants to run with me and just let's go do it together, okay? Be honest about it. Like, say things like that. I still tell my team asks me things. I'm like, I have no idea. No clue. Here's where we can probably find out though. All right. It's okay. You're going to make so much more money if you just get out there and start talking about it and be so excited and passionate, and, you can tweak things as you go. Don't be formal. Don't follow like a specific script, and, don't freak people out with unnecessary wording. Okay. It's the 21st of August. If you signed up today, you have plenty of time to make a really great little paycheck on September 15th, plus all the wrap cash and the fast start bonuses. When you sign a new distributor and they get 2 loyal customers, or you give them loyal customers or whatever, you get $100. So that's nice. That's unlimited also. So that's a lot that you can be doing like over the weekend if you just started. Are you always trying to sign up distributors rather than loyals? No, you have to have both. That's another thing, going back to that pyramid scheme that we just talked about. Pyramid schemes, you get paid for enrolling people. There's no product being moved through there. And that's one thing that, you can always check out a company for. Like, well, are you getting a lot of bonus money just for enrolling people? Listen, I have, 12,000 distributors on my team. If they were all there and nobody was ordering and there was no customers, I would make nothing, not a penny, and neither would you. So you have to have both. You don't have to have both. You can do it just with customers too, but you cannot have a bunch of distributors and no customers and no orders and make anything. And that's what keeps us legit too. So there's that. What other questions do you have? I will put it on YouTube. I finally figured out how, I think. It took like 4 periscopes later. Any other questions? Yeah, you can share it with the URL, but the URL from this will only be good for 24 hours. But yes, the URL from YouTube. Do you place most loyals? Yeah, it just kind of depends on what is needed for my team at that moment. How many times do you post daily? What types of posts? The last day or 2, I haven't posted as much. My goal is 3 to 4 times a day with 80% personal, 20% business. That goes for Instagram too. Because I've got plenty of people on there who they need to see your life also. So yeah, a few times a day about family and or funny stuff, or like a joke, or Pinterest fail, or whatever, and then some business thrown in there on that. What other questions do you guys have? Friday nights. What do you send them via eSuite about the wraps? I found the video. Oh, I don't. I just send the video and then what I said. I will type out. I mentioned this on my last Periscope, but I'll say it again because it's really helpful. You guys, get yourself these, and if you don't have them, that's okay. They're also on your eSuite under product info. Like if you go to your product info, I never say more than what corporate has already put on this kind of stuff, because they have marketing people that have studied keywords or amount of words or things that are supposed to catch your eye better, things that I don't know about. And that's what's on this and on our website under the product info. So this says, like for the wrap, for instance, it says, see ultimate tightening, toning, and firming results wherever you need them most in as little as 45 minutes and progressive results over 72 hours. I don't ever say more than that. Like I'll just say they tighten, tone, and firm in as little as 45 minutes. Just keep it super short like that. My husband is a distributor also. Yes, he technically is. He is. Yes. He doesn't build a business. He's like a supportive role. Do you always suggest wraps or do you suggest product based on the person? I ask them what their goals are. If somebody comes to me and says, oh my gosh, I need wraps, I need to lose 10 pounds, I'm going to say, listen, you can wrap, but that's not going to make you lose 10 pounds. We need to get you on greens and ThermoFit and Fat Fighters or ProFit or whatever. I ask them what their goals are for sure. And post about different products. That's a good tip too. Post results from the hair, skin, and nails. If you're just doing wraps, do different body parts. Not everybody has a problem tummy. Some people it's their thighs or their arms or their chin and neck. Weight loss stuff. You can do skincare. There's a lot of before and afters out there. So hit on the different things for your audience. Confianza. Yes, that's awesome. Do you run 2 auto ships for you and your husband? I do. I did not sign my husband until after I was diamond because of that. And most spouses don't work the business like you will. So it was just more work for me. So I just waited until after I was diamond to sign him. It's okay if you've done it before, but we could not afford the 2 auto ships. So yes, I have an auto ship and he has an auto ship. And I have an auto ship on my new 2.0 account, I think. But we have 6 people in this family and we all use the products like crazy. So I have all our auto ships and I order more now. But I'll tell you what I did in the beginning. I did wraps and greens and I sold the wraps and we used the greens. And that wrap cash, I would stick back for my next auto ship because my first check was $71. That was not going to cover auto ship. So sell some wraps and stick it back so you can invest in your business. Do you have to run an auto ship? Technically, you can be commission qualified with 150 PBV. I will tell you, every leader will tell you, and corporate will tell you, that if you don't run an auto ship, you're really taking a gamble with your business. And for me, when I signed up for this, it wasn't to gamble with stuff. It was to make money and help my family. So it's never been an option for me. I did whatever I had to do to cover that, like I just explained. And I can't imagine, like if I had nothing to sell or use, how long you would be in business. Probably not very long. Okay. How do you recommend getting distributors when you live in a small community with many other distributors? Hey, listen, it is 2015 and like I said, 95% of what comes in this company is through social media. So it does not matter where you live. Like this is so great. Like even 5 years ago, even less than that, when I started, yeah, like we had Facebook, but businesses were just starting to kind of utilize that. We're like, it's so fantastic. Like it does not matter where you live at all. Kansas City, Missouri, I don't know how many ambassadors live there, like a ton of them. And it's never affected any of them. Okay. How to get a bigger audience on Facebook. I have trained on this before, but basically I send a friend request to anyone that I meet or that I kind of know. I do not go friend request random people off of group pages or like spammy, okay? No, never, never, never. But if I, okay, for instance, one of my newer girls, I'm on a local mom's page, which you cannot advertise on, but I'm just there because it's the town I live in. And somebody asked about a house cleaner. And so I answered and I said, hey, I've got a really great one. And I said, I'll message you her info. Well, most of the time, if you're not friends with someone on Facebook, they will charge you $1 or whatever to message someone. So what I do is I send them a friend request and then I message them. Now, sometimes nothing happens with that. But this conversation was probably 4 or 5 months ago. That girl has never liked my stuff. I didn't even remember who she was, okay? Then she messaged me last month and said, hey, I think I want some information on your business. I'm like, who? Who are you? I scroll back and it was a house cleaning message, okay? And she's almost Ruby. All right, like crazy. So if I sell something to someone off of a buy sell trade page, not It Works products, okay, like my kid's old jacket, I will send them a friend request so I can message them. Anybody who I meet from school or church or PTA or sports, I mean, just like John Eric says, your business plan is to help your friends and make more friends. Like, you have to start talking to people. Most people don't know this until I tell them, but put me in a situation with new people and I clam up. I hate it. I'm such an introvert. I don't want to talk to anybody, especially if there's not like a large crowd. No, I'll get on stage and train. No big deal. I'll do stuff like this. No big deal. Once I get to know you, totally fine. But you have to start opening your mouth. Like I said, go back to what I said forever ago about your why. It has to be important enough for you to go do things that are a little bit more uncomfortable. So it was important enough for me to take my kids to Disney World. It was important enough for me to pay for preschool and to improve our financial situation to where I went out there and I started talking to people. Maybe I was nervous and scared, but nobody else was going to provide that. So that's just kind of part of it. All right. Anything else before we go? If one of your distributors' auto ship volume is 0, would I still be Ruby qualified? I'm going to have you check with your sponsor on that kind of stuff because I can't see your business, your organization. And I don't want to tell you wrong. That would be bad. Anything else? All my customers' cards keep declining. Any advice? Just keep getting more customers. I mean, it just happens. It's really common that people's cards decline. It's not, it works. It's just their spending and budgeting habits, honestly. But I don't say anything to them unless it's somebody who's like, oh my gosh, where's my greens? And I'll be like, oh, well, your card declines. Okay. Potentials organized. I don't have a very fancy system. I keep track. I use like these kind of notebook papers, okay? Like I've got just a list of follow-ups for the next day. 60 loyals to my husband or me in your first opinion. You have to ask your sponsor that kind of stuff because I don't see your organization. Do you always sign people up or do you send them to the site? It just depends what they want to do and what I have, the situation and what's handy for that. Any others? How many loyals do you keep under you? It just depends what I'm working on. Right now, like I'm building my 2.0 spot, so just kind of I'm doing things a little bit differently with that. You would want to just ask your sponsor, like, and look at your chart and your business and say, okay, like what's going to be best for my goal? And then you'll know how to like place it out. I'm not coming to Chicago. No, we have Dash the next weekend for top earners, which is fun. But that's going to be an awesome training, so definitely get there. When you're following up with people, what do you say via message when getting no responses? I just keep messaging sometimes, and I don't remember where I heard this. It was kind of, I thought it was the craziest thing, but again, you know, I mean, just try whatever. I sent, hey, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't upset you or I didn't say anything wrong back there, and just kind of like play it off with that, especially if they message you first and then like it's crickets. And that really softens it up because usually they'll come back and be like, oh, no, sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then you're kind of like back in that way. Yeah, did I offend you? Yeah, same thing. I get crickets when I say $99. Oh. I get crickets sometimes too. It's okay. When you say get people's information, do you ask people for their credit card number? It just depends. Like when you're doing a party and stuff like that, I mean, we have order forms that they can fill out and sign. So we do have that kind of thing available, just depending on, some people take their laptop or whatever, iPad with them, or you can do it on your app right there in the moment. Everybody's got kind of a different, it just depends on your situation and where you're at with that. Any others? Yes, we have an app, the It Works app. I can't, somebody else may have to comment with the official name because I downloaded it. And I don't remember the name of it. It was like a really long time ago. Maybe it's just It Works Global app. But if you don't have the app, you can also just go to your eSuite on your phone. I mean, that works too. That's what we had to do back in the day. Okay, it works, yeah. That would make sense. Yes, your Safari browser, yeah. How do I get distributors? You got to ask them. That's my biggest tip, okay? Sometimes you will get somebody who messages you and they're like, oh my gosh, sign me up. And they go blow it out of the water, okay? I've had that happen once, maybe once or twice, ever. Now people message me and say, sign me up for sure. And those are really, really, good. Like those are like super fun surprises. Okay. It's like Christmas morning. Especially if it's somebody you don't know, then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a marketing genius. But that's so rare. You have to ask people. So most of my distributors come from the constant posting, or if they message and asking questions, or I will message them and say, hey, I was just thinking about you because blah, 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 or wear your shirts out or whatever, like anything to get the conversation going. All you need is one conversation started for you to get in there and talk with them about the product or the business. That's all you need, okay? I've sent 2 distributors at my daughter's school. Yeah, just being excited about it. Yep. How long did it take to get your first promotion? I'm in my 3rd week, just 4 loyals. Let me go look. I had my first promotion, I think my 2nd month. I didn't care about the ranks. I'm telling you. First of all, I was like, what, is there like 2 people Ambassador Diamonds? And actually there was, but I was the 9th one, if that tells you. It's been a while. But I was like, nobody makes that kind of money. Like, whatever. I did not care about ranks or, I'm like, what are these gems? Rubies and crap? Like, I don't even know. I need $500. Like, that's all I care about. Okay, so my first month, okay, I signed September 3rd. My first loyal, I signed the 4th. My second loyal, the 14th. My third loyal, the 15th. And my, oh, well, that's weird. It says the 9th, but that can't be right because I had my 4 loyals. Okay, so, oh, that's weird. I don't know where the other one is. But it was, my third one was the 15th. I mean, I barely squeezed in. My first, oh, I know why it's not showing. I'm sorry. Okay, my 4th one was the 18th. Okay, so I got my 4 loyals within 2 weeks. Okay, which most of my team has done better than that. Okay, and my first distributor, I signed September 19th. She went double diamond and quit. And my second one, not until October 4th. So my first month, I got, I'm just giving you my first month, I signed 4 loyal customers, okay, and 2 distributors. No, 1 distributor, okay? So let that encourage you. I know I made a ton of Wrap Cash, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't one of those that joined and like went diamond in 4 days because I had 50 friends who won booster packs. Okay. Thoughts on online parties and one-on-one wrap appointments. Online parties are great. I mean, sometimes they turn out really, really well and sometimes they don't. I would never like bank a promotion off of an online party. Like, oh, no worries. We have an online party on August 30th. I'll go, Ruby. Like, I would not do that. I would count it for gravy for sure. Wrap appointments are great. I still do them all the time. I love you. Pam will tell you anytime that you say like, well, I can't get any loyals and distributors. Pam will say, when was the last time you wrapped someone other than yourself? And that is a very eye-opening question. Because 99% of the time, when things are not going very fast, it's because you're not even wrapping anyone. I'm just checking the questions. How to have a successful wrap party? I tell you what, listen, go to YouTube. Ashley Olive has, she just went ambassador, right? I think so. She has a lot of really, really great videos on wrap parties and Wrap Party Wednesday. Ashley Olive. Great YouTube videos there. And you can even search on YouTube, like, It Works Wrap Party. Like, go watch a bunch of them, because everybody's got a different personality and different things that they do, and you can, like, pull and make your own. What do you say to set up the one-on-one wrap appointment? I'll say, let me wrap you. Like, when's a good time? Let's have a little spa session or whatever. Do you find other distributors on Facebook? It seems too much competition and repetitive posts. I am. Most of my news feed is distributors. But that's just kind of come with the territory, I guess. But I don't worry about things like that, like with the competition or whatever. I mean, I just do my own thing. And if somebody's causing a problem, I'm going to take them off of my Facebook. But that's, you know. Do you give greens to your kids? I do. They've been on greens since I started. A scoop a day is what we do. My dog is so nasty. Any others? Yeah, I mean, just don't, like, go on somebody else's post and be like, oh, hey, if you want to buy some. Like, nobody's going to do that. Okay, awesome. I'll just see if there's anything else before we go. We put greens in orange juice. I line up Dixie cups and fill them like halfway, so like an ounce or two of orange juice, and their greens and their probiotics go in there together. You're welcome. You're welcome. How do you personally keep in touch with out-of-state distributors? Just phone calls, FaceTime, group pages, that kind of thing. Most of my distributors are not here. My local team is like really tiny, like for real. You're welcome. Yep, yogurt. I will try to get on YouTube. Is your hubby at Men for More? No, he's not. He's here. He's home with us. All right. We good? It's like 9:30 on Friday, and I'm so ready for bed. Used to be so much more involved. Oh, look at all those hearts. All y'all are ready for bed too, right? No, we still have some more work to do. Look, that's going nuts. That's hilarious. I'm telling you, even like 5 years ago, I was like, ooh, Friday night. I'm like, hey, let's do a Periscope. It's Friday night. Everybody's home, right? All right. Okay, well, you guys, I'm going to do one. Yes, laundry. I got to do that too. I'm going to do one tomorrow on how it's not It Works related. I'm trying to do a mix. I'm going to do one on how we set up our kids' chores, jobs, allowance, pay, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow or Sunday, one of the two. So I'll post that too. But anyway. All right. Well, you guys, thanks a bunch. And I hope you have an awesome weekend. And I hope this helped a little bit. So, and hey, if you're new, welcome. And just go have fun with it. It's going to be a great ride if you just really get out there and hustle. So you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.